New Orleans has French blood running through its veins. Every other street in homage to those who once claimed it as their own. When I was younger, I would try to translate every word, every street sign, a puzzle waiting to be solved. It became my favorite game. But my mother would warn me that when something is translated, it never retains its true meaning. At the time, I didn't understand what that meant. I just understood that from Interstate 10, the exit to my house was named Elysian Fields, an English translation of the French Avenue Champs-Élysées, a promenade of history and luxury. It is the most expensive piece of real estate in the world. But on June 14, 1940, the German army marched down Champs-Élysées after slaughtering the French on their own soil. Homes destroyed, millions killed, an unfamiliar tongue changing the inflection on words that they had stolen, occupied a country and made a mockery of their home. Parisian children watched as soldiers stood above them and spoke a language they did not know. Mothers left to explain to their children while the men in heavy boots with wretched tongues now stood steady on their streets. How tragic a task, to give words to something you feel you cannot explain. 65 years later, the history of that day traversed an ocean for its encore. On September 5th, 2005, Hurricane Katrina made a mockery of my home, marched down Elysian Fields with a little more second line in its stroll, slaughtered civilians and buried them in a grave of sinking soil. My city, a wayward carousel of history. My home, submerged beneath 10 feet of water. Mothers left to explain to their children while the men in heavy boots who were supposed to save them were nowhere to be found. How can you explain something that you don't understand? What sort of translation can I find to explain that for a year after a hurricane, I drank bottles of NyQuil just to fall asleep at night, trying to drown out the voices of bodies more worthy of life than my own? No dictionary can help me explain what it felt like to watch my home become a corkscrew of broken could-have-beens, a wilting carcass of brick and lost breath. What it felt like to watch my mother see 4 generations of work drowning in 2 days. I cannot paraphrase her pain. Pull it from her heart and render it as letters on a page. There are those who did not ever speak after the storm, have remained in silence ever since because their voices were swept away with the levees, and it took me 7 years to even say the word Katrina in a poem. There was a puzzle in its letters that I have never been able to solve, no dictionary adequate enough to convey what it meant. But when I got back home, the street signs no longer wanted to play my games. We're tired of children trying to translate this trauma, and now I realize that I found poetry to lose myself in other people's stories, because this whole time I've never had the language to tell my own.